Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Cardboard Crawlers here on the West Coast. Donner Summit, one more time. Always good wheeling here. There's just too much granite to pass up. The dog loves it. I love it. The trucks love it. Good times. Thanks for tuning in. I know you may not watch the whole video. Lots of shorts, lots of long plays out there. Fun to put them on at bedtime and just let them play. If you like this content, remember like, subscribe, share, comment. I love comments. And yeah, just let other people know what's good out there and let me know if you like it. Let me know if you like the edits, the trucks, the scenery. Really didn't get many shots of the lake this time. We're just kind of wheeling. I just found a new trail. Literally the road where I park my car is like 100 feet away. Not even 100 feet. 50 feet away from that little blue truck. And yeah, just it's a good time. So I came down here. It's funny. I drove down. It's about 5 miles from the house. And I forgot my tripod. I forgot my little tripod, and so I drove back and got it and came back same spot. A little bit of fast edits there where I go through the flat sections. I've been trying to do that. I don't know if it's good or not. It seems to work. It seems like I need to just drive slower during those so that part of the edit is longer. And I don't know if I like to be zoomed in or if I like to get the scenery. It's kind of a combination of both, right? You got to do both. But yeah, another week or so, maybe 10 days. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. Not much longer, really. I'm dedicated to another week of doing some work that I promised someone. So we're doing that and just out filming and hanging out, letting the dog live his best life and trying to live mine too, right? What else can we do? Turned this little section into a short earlier today. So yeah, hopefully it played. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it didn't get that many views, but hey, it's not about the views. It's about the good times. So yeah, just kind of the grass gets you caught up sometimes. There's little high center points in there you don't see or whatever. And, oh yeah, sorry about your windshield. Don't worry about it. The dog's kind of behind us because the road's right there, so he's like protecting us from anything that might come up from down there. He does a good job of just being a great dog. But I love that Gladiator. I know I've said it before. That's a good little rig right there. Can't get enough of the Maz chassis cliffhanger. That's just a go-to. Love that truck. It's got Fury Tech in it now. It's got a full-size Komodo in it. Probably needs a mini. Put the full size in something like this Jeep or maybe in my C10, I think. Might stretch that out with some longer links and yeah, we'll see what goes on around here. Some things are going to change, getting some different Maz links put on some things, and the links are, man, what a pain to change out, right? It's not your funnest thing. Just kind of caught up here, couldn't really skip it up, didn't want to pull it too hard, figured we got a winch, why not use it? And even then, I think the trick is you got to back up a little bit once you hook up because there's so much tension. It's just pulling you into the obstacle. So, yeah, get it moved a little and give her a little bit of skinny pedal to get up. Once again, a little time lapse there. Like I said, I don't know if those work or not. They seem to. It gets me through the little flat section, and then here we are in the rocks again. You just burp, burp, get through. Nobody wants to see you driving on a dirt road. Right, you gotta get some tough obstacles. Whoa! Hey now, come on. What are you doing here, folks? We're having a good time, but we're not trying to get any body damage while we're out here. Tell you what. So yeah, that was Gladiator chassis. I mean, look at the way that thing just works. It's on those Hot Team Racing full brass portals. The trick with those is you don't get much turning radius out of them. Yeah, it just doesn't do well with those dog bones. So you just limit your steering a little, and then I've had nothing but really good luck and good times with them. But when I first had them, she was breaking axles left and right. Just didn't set my end points correctly, and it'll happen. Once again, man, what a beautiful place. Storm moved in. Literally that time that it took to go get my tripod and all that really took about half an hour, even though it's only 5 miles. Go home and go to the bathroom and get out of the car and do that and all that. So anyway, took a little bit, and the storm really moved in kind of fast, and so right before we left, which isn't anytime soon, started to sprinkle, and then once I got home, it stormed and stormed. It's actually clearing back up. Hopefully I get this edited and loaded up, and maybe we'll go shoot another one, huh? Trying to do them longer, I forget how much time I spend filming, and then, when I come back to edit, man, I got, I had 35 minutes of film here that I edited down to 27 minutes, or 25 minutes, whatever this video is. So I just need to learn to shoot shorter. The thing is, I'm trying to do everything in a nice long sequence and not really see that fire pit out there behind me, that big flat section? I'm not trying to drive through that. I drive all the way around the edge where all the rocks are and all the, the structure. I'm trying to get all these little trails where the water runs down. Look at that glorious dog up there in the corner. That guy, I tell you what, man. That dog is best thing ever. Probably best thing ever happened to me anyway. He just is my companion, tried and true. Like he is always close by. Such a homie. Gladdy crushing. It's a fun little section right here. It's it's literally just kind of the form of the mountains, the way this granite crumbles apart, and then the water and this all snow and ice all winter long. Hey, no. Good thing it's Lexan, no body damage. Those hard bodies, man, you be cracking bodies and breaking paint, busting out lenses in your headlights and taillights. Praise Lexan. So once again, I just don't know that the camera does this justice. It's super steep over here and pretty gnarly. Rolled over, what are you going to do? Had a couple guys come help me tip it back over, and here we go. Try it again, same line. Man, I've been talking to Maz too much. He give me that southern accent, that North Carolinian southern. Tell you what. But yeah, pretty dang tough line there. Made it through, I guess. And it's still not very far from the road. Didn't notice there's a little car down there. It doesn't take much. Don't go far. So here we go. This is part of this scene was made into a short earlier in the day. The Maz chassis makes it through here barely. Took me a second. And I kind of get a wheel jammed, and it just sucks me through this crack right here. Pulls me hard to the driver. Boom. Make it out. And then the old Gladiator, she is heavy and wide. So we're going to see how this goes. Got that tail hung up a bit. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Just jamming the body in there too hard. You know, it's so heavy it doesn't want to climb up to the passenger side. So we hooked the winch, and here we go. Yeah, give me some direction there. There we go. Hooked that winch way over to the right, and it got me pulled out of that crack, and it ended up working out for the goods. And those Maz Designs beadlock rings sure do look good on that rig. Those are the double star carbon fiber rings. And I thought with such a big wheel, I thought they'd look good. Yep. Maz is talking about some new wheels in the mix. I think he's redoing the double stars in the standard size. Maybe going a couple colors. Gonna do black ones, silver ones. I'm not sure if they're anodized or if they're just a raw metal. And then I think he's doing a copper, folks. For any of you that are looking for something new and different, I think some copper wheels from Maz coming out. There's talk of doing some bigger size wheels as well, maybe some 1.2s, so that they stay within the MCRCCA rules, whatever those micro rules. The biggest wheel you're allowed to run is a 1.2. So there's talk that might be coming out as well. I'm not sure what the design would be. But that Maz, he makes some pretty stuff all the time. He's always working hard over there at the design table, coming up with new ideas and trying to keep everything else stocked and locked and, updated, keeping those Maz chassis running as well as they can, high end. It's the chassis that a lot of people want. There's a lot of people imitating out there that jealousy is a high compliment. When people are saying, it's this, it's that. Well, yeah, it is. It's a bad dude, and it costs a little bit of money. When you got to pay for somebody's ideas and time and energy, and you can't really go wrong with them. They run. They work great, and they're just a beautiful piece of equipment when you look at it all. Like when you get a titanium Maz Designs chassis, just the titanium rails alone could be hung up as art on your wall. They're gorgeous. It's just a good looking thing. Had my winch hanging down there. I don't like it because I feel like it's gonna catch on stuff, so I just kind of have it wrapped back to my rack. So yeah, but I literally have one in a box on my bench that I just haven't been able to take out because I leave it open and it's just a little pretty piece of art sitting there on my table. It's gonna go. I'm almost positive that one's gonna be my C10, the one that goes in my C10. Because I really like the way the tie looks like in profile right here. You can hardly see the carbon fiber ones. And you can if your chassis is set up correctly and whatnot, or your body is. But you can definitely see the titanium ones a little bit better. They just shine. The light, reflects off of them. The carbon kind of hides inside there. But yeah. Anyway, once again, like I said, new lines, good times. Looks like my dog's up there sleeping. Yeah, dragging bumper on this truck quite a bit in the rear. It's not an issue. There's a hitch for this truck, but I haven't put that on. I think that would be a problem for me. Removable, thankfully. Grizzly Works Designs, Etsy, check them out. Rocking it. Love the sliders for the Gladiator that Grizzly Works does. They're full length. You can see them there. The body kind of sits right down in the lip. I had one of mine crack where it attaches at the frame, and I used super glue and baking soda to fix it, and it's stronger than ever and not even a problem. So I don't know if I can take it off of that chassis now, but it's just on a rail. And At $9, you can't go wrong with those sliders at $9. I mean, I wouldn't recommend them for a kid who's really rough on his stuff, but you can see I'm tumbly, rumbly tumbly, tumbly wumbly. What's up to all the tumbly wumblies out there? So yeah, like I said, Grizzly Works chassis kit in there, rear bumper from Grizzly Works. Was running the front for a while. Had some breakage issues. Went to a metal bumper up here because I'm running the winch. I need the Fairlead. I really would prefer to run no bumper, but I want that Fairlead out there. I want that winch. So yeah, this was a really crazy little steep thing. I didn't realize we were coming out on this cliff up there by the trees. And then I was like, well, how steep is it? Let's see what we got. Can we climb up it for future reference? Oh, yeah, we can. All right. Well, can you side hill on it? Oh, yeah, you can. What up, what up? Whoop, up. So, yeah, came across behind the dog, and that didn't get put on film. Like, directly behind his haunches is where we were just climbing on that little downhill. So, came through there, and I didn't put that on film, but... or it just didn't come out good. Something, he walked in front of it. He's sticking real close to me. He feels the electricity in the air right now. It's a storm coming, so you know he likes to stay close. This is a whole new section, so new smells. Got to check the trail. He's a straight up trail dog. So yeah. And you know that bumper there looks good with the orange highlights and the Fairlead and in the light bezels, and you know it's about as narrow as you can get for that style of a bumper. I even thought I could cut the lights out of it if I wanted to. The light bezels, the little orange ones there. I just haven't yet. I don't think it needs to be narrower. That rig is set up pretty much. It could be a class 1 rig right now. I think I fall in class 1 other than having to possibly change my tires on that rig. But other than changing those tires, I don't think there would really be much I would need to do that would you could run it class 1 as far as I can tell in the rules. I'll double check. I really I haven't run any comps. I'm not on social media. Hey, if there's any comps in Northern California in the next couple of weeks, or northwestern Nevada, Reno, Carson City area, 24 scale, hit me up in the description or hit me up in the comments and let me know. I'll come comp. You know, even Sacramento, Roseville, whatever, you know, all down in there in the Sac Valley, I'll go down there for a comp. I just really don't check those sites. I need to, a few people keep telling me that I need more social media. And maybe for just those things, if I could figure out how to just filter in that kind of stuff, then that would be great. But I stopped using social media other than YouTube a while back because it was just too much for me. So, good view back up towards the Rainbow Bridge there on Donner Summit Road 40. The road's actually closed right now below me, like literally right around the corner from where I'm parked. Is the road closed sign, and then about a quarter mile down further, a giant, literally the mountain is sliding into the road. A giant boulder fell down onto the road, caving the road in and leaving itself right in the way. So heavy equipment's been down there all week working on it. Caltrans is working on it, the county as well, and they're literally talking about it might be closed for a month or more. It's heavy duty damage to the road, and the whole hillside is shifting, so they're worried about if they just move the one big section of rock that fell down on, they're worried about the rock behind it still coming down. So they're probably just going to have to get in there, blast some of the rock down onto the road, the stuff behind it, engineer it, and then rebuild the road on that section. It's one of the main climbing sections here on Donner Pass Road. It's one of the bigger ones, and it's a pretty unstable, big, giant granite face. Lots of decomp at the bottom of it. There's like a little cave that people have always tried to get gems and minerals out of. So anyhow, pretty interesting that the road's closed. It's like less traffic, less people around me and stuff. So it's been really nice down there. Super sweet. I'm kind of just playing at the dead end. This was a little different. You can go on that slab, you can come around the tree like I did, or you could have just cut down the slab and come down the little root there, but
how's it going?
I didn't want to do that. I want, go take Hardline Killer. Yeah, the real Hardline Killer right there is Blue Dog. That dog has been all over the country, hardline killing. He's like led people out of canyons and stuff back behind. Where were we that day? We were at Warner Lake or something, behind Castle Peak, and we came boonie crashing out through. There was a couple there that didn't feel like the wife could make it out the trail we had hiked in on. We had separate campers, but we had all hiked in on this trail that's not very well maintained, and then on a lot of maps the trail goes through, and I had already known it doesn't really go through, but I was going to boonie crash up through these cliffs anyway, and they kind of asked if they could come along with me, and it really worked out because there was a couple spots where you kind of needed somebody behind you, or you had to throw your bag up and then get a little boost up. We were hiking up through like a creek drainage and waterfall area, but we made it up and then made it to a real easy trail back to the road, and they were super thankful. Actually remained in contact for years after that, so really nice couple. But yeah, pretty steep right in here, always steeper than it looks. Sorry about the little corner of my tripod you can see there. I tried to edit that out in some of these shots, and I just miss it. Sometimes I'm just so focused on something else, or I skip one little snippet of a whole montage, and then or I had to pull that pine needle out of my tire. I couldn't stand it anymore. But yeah, sometimes you get skipped around. Cool little rock face undercut there. Little emergency camp area there for these guys. And nice wheeling through there. Just coming up to another tough section here. This is it's all looking good. The flowers are gonna start blooming anytime. Been raining a bunch, man. Need a couple of warm days. It's really kind of cool still. It needs to warm back up. Hey now, lifting tires. These things are sticky. This is that S5 compound high rack, 22 by 64. Maybe it's only 20 by 64. I think it's 22 though. Those are the Injora high racks. I'm not sure exactly what they call them. Y'all know what I mean when we say high racks or Chiracs. It's their version of them, and they're a nice tire. 55 comp pins on these, 55 by 20 comp pins on the Maz buggy, and going vert. Well, not quite vert, but really a nice big step up there, and just grabbing the rocks and staying attached. Loving it. Good times. I don't know what that cut was about. I think when I sat down, I started coming back towards the camera, and I realized the line's the other way. The line's right here, so yeah, just making it happen, getting it up there. This is actually a really tough line, a lot tougher than I realized when I just cruised up it with the Maz buggy, and then I try to drive it with the Jeep, and things just don't quite go the same. I don't think they just don't go the same, but hey, you live and you learn. You wheel every day, and weed them out when you need to. Still doing it, just getting after it. Storm blowing in. You can see the pine starting to blow there in the wind. All the little stuff back there blowing in the wind. Just trying to creep in here. This truck's real heavy. It pushes itself around. It pushes away from where you want to steer it. But, you know, NSDRC with the BEC on this rig, just running a running a Samix 050 can in this dude right here. It's got some pep to it on a version 2 electronics with those Hot Team portals. Definitely need to put some Maz links on this, and I mean the green doesn't really go with anything else, so it doesn't really hurt my feelings for those to go away. So if somebody's looking for some green, so I had to take another try there. We had to winch ourselves out. We strapped ourselves out, and then here we go. Oh my God. Are we gonna be stuck again? What's gonna happen here? I know it's rough days on this section right here, man. There's, you know, you got lots of audience. You got this giant wolf creature at the top of it just waiting for you. Just gonna eat your face off when you get there. Heavy roll. No casualties. Right to the wheels. 5 points. And let's get her turned around and come at it again. Oh, a little too much skinny pedal here. The dog's like, yeah, come on. You're never going to make this. What's really going on? What's going on here, people? Oh, man. You're wedged in again. And then backed, you know, got spun out and came back to it. And I think we finally make it. But the storm starts coming in right here. I don't know if we even see any sprinkles on the rocks, but it's starting to come in. Starting to get me. I didn't have a rain jacket. My rigs aren't waterproof, which is unfortunate. Gonna have to do something about that. Make them a little bit more, you know, sprinkler resistant or sprinkles resistant. And there we go. Finally made it up. Got those tires wedged up where they needed to be. And thanks for watching. Cardboard Crawlers out.